Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a good start to the week, and I can see you already there in the live chat room, so hello to you guys. Let's have some shout outs. We have Dawn, Bob, Lucy, Super23, Charlie, Bella, Laurie, Katai, was it Cat or Catayam, Debbie, Laura, and it's going through too quickly. I can see PN112 in there as well, Laura, Terry, and Maria, Joy Teresa, and Vera's in there as well, Anna, Tammy, Billy, and Liz. Hello, thank you for joining me tonight. Now, things have been moving quite quickly on the channel, because I think again we've gone up in the number of subscribers by 1,000, I think, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. All that I do know is that it is now 300, I'm losing track of it. Did I put it in the title? 369,000 subscribers. So thank you all for tuning in and for subscribing to the channel. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen before I forget what I'm doing. I have to follow the same routine that we do with every single live stream. So the reason that this live stream can even happen in the first place is because of my patrons over at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, because yeah, without their support I wouldn't be doing this live stream and I wouldn't be doing any of the videos. So thank you guys for all of your support over there, and for you guys that tune into the live streams as well, it's great to see you in a live setting. And tonight, again, we're going to be attempting a new record for a Tuesday night with the likes. So let me get the likes goal up on screen. It is set at 470. So if you could leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be fantastic, because yeah, we're going to need every single one of those. I don't think I changed the number on the fill jam, did I or not? I'm going to take a gamble that I didn't before I actually look over, and it is 134 tonight. So there we go, we're up to date. So if we hit 470, then we will have a fill jam at the end of tonight's live stream, so you can look out for that. If we start getting close, let's get the lycometer up on screen to see exactly what's going on. And we are at 212 likes so far, so over 200 already, so that's a good start. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. We'll keep an eye on that to see how close we can get, and oh, this math is going to be pretty much impossible. I was going to wait for it, maybe if we can get to 220, that means that we're looking for what, 250 more, so now 248 more, maybe. I'm not sure. Those are just the numbers. It's always a bit of a gamble with my maths as to the numbers that pop into my head. But there you go. Whatever number we're looking for, you can decide yourselves. Is that now 240? Anyway, 230 is a good start. So it means that we're, 235 would be exactly half. So we're almost halfway there. We just need a few more people to hit the thumbs up. And obviously we're not halfway into the stream yet, but I know that it does, and they're officially halfway. I know that obviously the number gradually creeps up throughout the live stream, so we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, thanks for all the thumbs up so far. Right, now the other thing that I was very late in setting up was the vote for the cover video tonight, because, well, I was just doing everything, and that's one of the things that I forgot. And then I realised that I hadn't done it. So it's between Iris and Miles Away. So those are the two songs. And by the way, starting out with Percy Johnson tonight. That's one of my songs, by the way, for my album called Persistence. Head over to wingsofpegasus.com/music to get hold of any of my music. But that song, I realised we hadn't heard it in ages, and I saw over on Patreon somebody requested it, and I thought, what's happening to Percy Johnson? And he's still facing the same ordeal that he always is, unfortunately. But yeah, it was interesting to take a look at that one, because I think it's been quite a while. So the other thing about tonight's live stream is we have the rollover from Saturday from Troll Corner, because on Saturday we had quite a lot of items in Troll Corner, and we got through a few of them, I think, but now we've still got a few left to get through. So there will be a Troll Corner later on tonight in the live stream. Let me also say that you don't have to donate, just tuning in is great. You can introduce yourself into that live chat room if you want to, but for those people that can't resist donating, I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, and you can find that in the description below, as well as a link to the merch. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, then there's a tray underneath this video as well, but obviously the link in the description below will take you through to the store as well. You can get your hoodies, your mugs and tumblers, bucket hats, caps, all that kind of stuff. So yes, you can get your hands on any of that if you want to. But yeah, in terms of the donations, you don't have to donate. So thank you to everybody that does, but it isn't essential. Just tuning in is great. And yeah, maybe hitting the thumbs up, maybe subscribing. If you do subscribe, in order to get notified for all of the videos, you will have to click the box or just click the bell to get notified for all of the videos. So yes, make sure that you're doing that so you never miss a video and never miss a live stream. So I will get into the donations that have happened over on PayPal, because there have been a few of these, so thank you guys. And the first one came through from Karen after the last live stream, of course, and this was for £10, so thank you for that, Karen. And I hope that I haven't gone back too far, that I'm not going to be covering these same donations over again. But Donald donated, oh here we go, we're Tuesday morning already. So Donald donated £4 as well, so thank you for that, Donald. And Steve has donated £5, so thank you for that, Steve. And that was at 7:30, a little bit earlier today. And the message is, I'm reading Life by Keith Richards. He says good guitarists need to start out on an acoustic with gut strings and work up from there. What do you think about that? So thank you for that, Steve. And I mean, that's just a great example of everyone being different and having a different view of what, you know, what is classed as a good guitarist. Everybody that plays the guitar has their own objectives as to what they want to achieve, and that's what I think would then determine whether they're good or not, is whether they've achieved what they want to with the instrument. So yeah, I mean, first of all, saying that, yeah, good guitarists need to start out on acoustic, I'd say that, yeah, I started on acoustic, and acoustic guitars are harder to play technique-wise, or at least your technique has to be better. You don't get any real safety nets going on. So I would say, yeah, for me, I thought it was a good thing to play an acoustic guitar, but I've never played with gut strings. So, I feel like, having, taught guitar for almost 20 years, that, well, it hasn't affected me not playing on gut strings. So I think that's been all right. And again, it's all about your style of playing and what you enjoy doing. I don't think I play the guitar like Keith Richards, and I don't think that he plays the guitar like me. Everybody's different with what you're into and how you play. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that to be a good guitarist you need to start with gut strings and then work up from there. I would say just get the strings that work for your physiology. And I actually said this on the last live stream. Somebody asked me, you know, how do I start playing the guitar without my fingers aching as much and all that kind of stuff? And I said, you know, you want to make playing the guitar as easy as possible for your physiology. So yeah, I know that some people think for some reason, and I don't know why, they think that as you improve you use heavier strings, but that doesn't make any sense, because when you look at guys like Jimi Hendrix and, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan, they had huge hands, which meant that to them playing, you know, maybe 10s or 11s or 12s are like somebody else playing 8s and 9s and 10s who has smaller hands and doesn't have the same strength that they have. So this is it, that you've got to play for your own physiology. The only thing that will happen if you try to play 12s and you've got small hands and you haven't got you know, the strength to play them, you're just not going to sound very good, because you're not even going to be able to do a tone bend. So you're limiting your own expression and you're literally limiting your own ability to play. So yeah, I'm always about however you want to play, whatever you want to sound like, just use what you have to in order to, yeah, just marry your physiology with how you want to sound, because everybody's different. It's not like, you know, everybody has the same strength and size hands. And this is the thing, that guitars are a standard size. So it means that some people who are playing a particular line, and this is something that happened on the cover video, I can't remember which one it was, but it was Dokken, and the solo's by George Lynch, and he's got bigger hands than me, so it meant that on a particular solo he reaches up the guitar and plays first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger. But because I've got smaller hands, I could never reach the note that he's reaching because he has big hands. So it means that I tap in that with my other hand, or at least I did, in order to play the solo, to get it to sound, you know, relatively the same. And then people comment, say, oh, you should be playing that top note with your little finger. And they think that that's some kind of rule, that you're not allowed to, if you can't reach it, you're not allowed to do it. So yeah, but this is it, that you then learn to play the guitar with techniques that allow you to do the same things that guys who've got big hands can achieve when they're stretching. And like I said, the guitar is a standard size, so it means that there will be some guitarists who can stretch way further up the guitar and play a note that you won't be able to reach. And then it's up to you how you deal with that, whether you think, right, I'm never going to be able to do that particular run or that technique, or if you're like me, you think, right, well, I've got fingers on the other hand, so I can use maybe these two to tap in those extra notes that somebody else might be able to reach when they're, you know, playing and they've got bigger hands than I have. So yeah, it's just how you work with it. So yeah, I think applying rules to how guitarists should play is just, yeah, something that is never going to work, because everybody's so different. So yeah, this is it. And even with instructional videos, you know, I remember seeing a few instructional videos when I was younger by Paul Gilbert, and he was saying, okay, so now we're doing first finger, third finger, little finger, and then we're going to alternate pick that. But the stretch that he's doing with his hand, I couldn't physically do. It's impossible. So even trying to do an exercise, you think, well, I can't do that. So what's the, you know, what's the point? You know, so this is it. I would then have to work out going first finger, third finger, tap with right hand. So yeah, it's the way that you work around it. So even instructional videos that are telling you which fingers to use, you might not be able to use those fingers. You've got to work your way around it. And again, this is, I know that I'm spending a long time answering this question, but it focuses on the topic of playing. And when you're trying to do something a particular way, even the person who's demonstrating it, you know, they can do it, and they don't know that you can't do it. So just purely because of the size of your hands. So yeah, when you're thinking about learning to play the guitar, this is why I don't think there can ever be any set rules for, right, if you want to be a good guitarist, this is what you have to do. And this is when I've seen comments on my channel where people say, oh, you should be using your little finger more than your third finger. And they think that that's something that, in order to be a good guitarist, you've got to use your little finger. But it's not. You've got to just use whatever you can with your physiology to get a good sound in order for the guitar to sing. So that when you're not looking at somebody play, it sounds good and it sounds nice to listen to. So, when people look and say, oh, you shouldn't have played it like that, you should have played it like this, the answer is no. I played it however I needed to get it to sound good. I'm not bothered about what I'm using, which fingers I'm using to achieve that. And again, it's about the size of your hand. Gary Moore used to use his second finger and third finger a lot with runs, when he's playing an A minor and he's up on that 5th fret and going up to 7th fret and, playing blues scale with his third finger as well, he would stretch over like that. So it's just up to, what you can reach, but also how you want to play. And people that have got bigger hands have got an advantage because they can do runs and not have to worry about getting the right hand involved to tap in because they can reach it with this hand. So it would be great to have that kind of stretch, but like I said, you kind of work your way around it. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. So what do you think about that? I think that you can't apply any rules to anybody's guitar playing, and certainly as a teacher I would see what they could do and what they couldn't do and how far they could reach. Imagine trying to teach somebody a solo that they physically haven't got the size of hand to play, because then what do you do? Because you'd have to say, oh, well, you can't play guitar, so give up. It's the case that you can't play the guitar like somebody else, and somebody else might not be able to play the guitar like you. So this is it. Like I've said, I play the guitar differently to Keith, and he will play the guitar differently to me. So this is it. Just embrace your individuality, and don't get bogged down with setting rules for yourself, because it's only going to be a negative thing. So anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 369,000 subscribers. Probably 370k by the time you get this. Besides, Taj Farrant, are there any other specific musicians or bands you'd like to collaborate with in the future? If so, who would that be? Rock! So thank you for that, Tammy. And I mean, pretty much anyone that's been on the channel, that I know, it'll be great to collaborate with them. Obviously the time, that's the issue of kind of organising diaries and stuff. But Billy McLaughlin, I said about recently, messaging about maybe doing something together. But anybody, Steve Stevens that we had on the channel as well, and obviously Taj I mentioned in the past, but Buck Dharma as well. There's so many names, so I won't just go through everybody that's been on the channel. But it's great because there are a lot of bridges that I've made through talking to people on the channel, which is great as well. For anything that could be possible in the future, we will see. I'm sure things will cross over as things advance. But I mean, I'm happy to work with anyone. I've said about Winger and Kip Winger. I mean, that'd be great to do something with Kip, but as it would be great to do anything with anybody that's been on the channel. So I'm always open to things, but it's just sorting out the whole schedule thing. That's always the problem, especially with things being so busy at the moment, and the subscriber count just being crazy. And this is the other thing, that when the subscriber count goes up quickly, I think people lose a grip of reality of how many 1,000 people are. Because to think that by this time it's gone up to 370, I mean, just going up 2,000 or 3,000, I mean, in the space of maybe a week, I mean, that's huge. And that's something that is never, certainly on my channel, it's never maintained. There are always peaks and troughs, and particular videos are popular, but it doesn't mean that now week after, or day after day after day, and week after week, month after month, you're now going to get a few thousand people a week. That's kind of not how it works. So it's great that we've had a bit of a spike in the subscribers, but it is going to calm down and kind of get back to normal levels, as it always does. But it's great that we've had this quick rise. But the only downside to that is that people are watching the channel and don't know about this Telegram scam that keeps on starting up, even though I block it every time they set up, or the scam bot sets up a new Telegram account pretending to be me. And yeah, the people, like, I got an email today or yesterday about that, saying, oh, I can't set up Telegram in order to chat to you, and I've had to say that it is a scam. So anything to do with Telegram, just avoid that and just ignore it, because it's not me. It's something that is just a scam bot in the comment section, unfortunately. But I do try and shut it down as soon as I see any comments like that. So yeah, that's the downside of it. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have more subscribers on the channel. And by the way, tomorrow night is going to be the video that I mentioned on Saturday, which is going to be the pitch corrected version of Judy Garland's Over the Rainbow, or Somewhere Over the Rainbow, as it is also known. So yeah, you look out for that tomorrow night, and I'll be releasing that at 8 p.m. And I know that it is sacrilege to do that, but I've had so many requests to do that yeah, I will be doing that tomorrow night. So look out for that one. I think it's going to be a really interesting one, because I'm going to be using Melodyne, and Melodyne is a program that I didn't have because I don't use pitch correction or auto-tune on my own voice. Yeah, I had to buy it, so at least I could experience, what is actually going on in the industry and what can be done with that software. So yeah, look out for that, because there'll be a bit, well, I'll be showing on screen, what I'm doing, and what it looks like, and exactly what's happening to the voice as we change it. So yeah, look out for that one tomorrow night. But thank you for that, Tammy. And Tracy has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Tracy. And that is a straight up donation. And Vera has donated £7.64. So thank you for that, Vera. The message is, hi Phil, I am wondering what inspired you at a young age to learn to play the guitar, and why do you feel that music captivated you to the point of you wanting to make music your full-time profession? Congratulations on your ever-growing subscriber count. You are an amazing person. Take care, Vera. So thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, when I first started playing the guitar, I think it's because my dad plays the guitar, and I would often hear him playing, and I'd just kind of sit, because he had a Fender Strat, and occasionally he'd just play, in his bedroom. So I would just go there and sit and kind of listen to it, and I probably thought it was quite cool. So I, had that, and also that he listened to Jimi Hendrix, and I heard that as well, and thought, oh, that sounds cool. But I think I probably listened to him playing for a long time before I then actually picked up, which was my sister's acoustic guitar. So I didn't have a guitar, but I picked that up. Actually, I first started playing on her bass guitar because she got a bass guitar and she never played it, and then she got an acoustic guitar and she never played it. So because she wasn't playing them, I thought, well, I'd have a go, and I just kind of pushed down the string and saw kind of how to make a noise out of it. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. And I wasn't really having, well, I wasn't having any lessons other than my dad saying, well, if you want to try to learn, put your fingers in this position, and he'd show me like maybe a D chord or something like that. So yeah, I mean, that's probably where it started to then when I started playing at age 11 and then 12. And yeah, trying to play an acoustic guitar was difficult, but I didn't know about playing electric guitars at that point, because I wasn't allowed to play my dad's guitar, of course, because it was much too expensive. So yeah, I just have a go on my sister's acoustic guitar. And yeah, in terms of music in general, I didn't like music, or at least what I thought music was, when I was at school and having music lessons, because they were just boring, because it was looking at, I didn't know what all these things were on the sheet, and we didn't get to play anything. It was all about, okay, right, this is this, and that's what that means, and right, this dot here means that it's this letter, and this dot means it's that letter, and if you see this kind of symbol, it means that you hold on the note for twice as long, and it's all this kind of stuff. And I thought, well, this isn't interesting me at all. So I would leave those lessons, but I would still play the guitar because I enjoyed making the sound come out of the instrument, and I didn't relate the two things. So I thought that music was this boring thing where you're looking at these silly symbols, but then I realized that, oh, oh, playing guitar is music. So if I can start to, play the guitar and get the notes to be the notes that I'm thinking of, then I'd rather do that than kind of do all this reading stuff. So I just kept on with that. Like I said in live streams before, I didn't have a guitar, so when I was at school, I would wait until other kids had their guitar lessons, and they'd have to bring them in for the day. Obviously, if they had a guitar lesson in the afternoon, it means that I could sneak in there and play somebody else's guitar at morning break. So, and hopefully, nobody would see that I'm doing it. So, I'd get a little bit of practice on electric guitars. And I thought, wow, this is easier to play than the guitar that I've got at home. So, that was great. And, I think probably my main focus when I was younger was football, soccer, because that was what I got to quite a high level playing. And I then decided to give that up when I was about 20 or 21 because, the playing guitar, the music, and I was kind of messing around with production as well. I was enjoying that a lot more than going out and playing football. And, the whole competitive nature of the level that I was playing at was a bit too much as well. So I decided at that point, right, if I want to do this thing that I'm enjoying the most, which is music, if I want to do this, then I'm going to have to focus on it. So that I decided to give up football, and from the age of 20, then it was just like every day focusing on music and whatever I could do. And I did have a covers band when I was 19. So even though I was still playing football at that time, I was still, auditioning, creating a band, trying to find other musicians to play with. So I still had that kind of instinct at that kind of relatively young age, compared to then obviously where I am now, which is over 20 years later. But thank you for that, Vera. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 369,000 subscribers. So glad the Cowardly Lion made you smile, and Bert La was pretty good too. Thanks for taking us down the yellow brick road. You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And that was a cool video to look at as well. And interestingly, I just remember two types of comments that happened there. There's one that said, oh, it's great that you're featuring this and now people can appreciate it on a deeper level. The amount of technique that Bert had when he was performing that and doing the vibrato. And then somebody else said, this isn't the most underappreciated vocal performance because everyone appreciates it. But I think when people make those comments, they don't realize that people that don't sing, like if you sing and you know the techniques and you know how good Bert's vocal is, then you appreciate it. But people that don't know about it and they just watch The Wizard of Oz and just are entertained by it and they think it's funny, they don't appreciate the level of vocal ability that we're looking at. So that's always what I mean when I say that. When I say about, underappreciated guitarist, or maybe undervalued, maybe in the public domain where there are particular guitarists whose names always come up, but then there'll be somebody else, like on these top 100 lists, and saying about guitarists being underrated. If you're a fan of a guitarist, like if we're talking about Roy Clark, for example, if you're talking about him, there will be people that know how good he was at playing the guitar. And therefore, they won't underrate him because they know. But when you talk about somebody who's just into the mainstream industry, for example, they might have heard of Eric Clapton and players like Eddie Van Halen and those that are very well known. And then if you say, and Roy Clark, they'll go, who? Because they don't know. So, of course, that's what I mean about being maybe underappreciated and underrated, is that if you're a fan, but for the general public, I think a lot of people obviously don't know about a lot of guitarists who are just technically amazing players and were technically amazing players. So anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. That video was a lot of fun as well. And Karen has donated £3.82. So thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 369,000 subscribers. You mentioned about the size of guitarist hands with regards to playing runs. The pianist/composer Franz Liszt had large hands so that each hand could easily reach more than an octave on the piano. Congrats again, and thanks for all you do, Karen. So thank you for that. This is another thing on piano. if you've got large hands, spanning an octave, I mean, spanning an octave is something that you've pretty much got to do on the piano, because you know, your left hand, you know, at an absolute minimum is going to be doing that. So if you've got very small hands, you'd maybe have to start looking at keyboards that are a little bit smaller, rather than, you know, playing an 88 key piano, or, you know, just having something that's bigger. So this is it. I think a lot of people just greatly underestimate your personal physiology in terms of playing an instrument, that you've got to play that instrument just how you can. And of course, that there are people that play the piano really well who have small hands and might not be able to get the span that somebody else can. But again, it's all about playing the way that your physiology allows you to, and therefore you will be unique, because other people will be able to get a particular note that they stretch to and you won't be able to. So you might even have to choose a different note that now takes the place of the octave, because you might not be able to reach there. So yeah, you might have to just, you know, settle for a fifth, or, you know, throw in a different note with either hand, because of the way that your physiology has worked out. That, yeah, it's just something that will make you unique as well. Make you unique. But anyway, but you're playing unique. Thank you for that, Karen. Right. I can see that we just had a donation in the super chat window, so thank you for that. And I'll just address this. It says, oh, it's from, thank you, Rafa King of Clay, and it's a donation for $10, so thank you for that. And the message is, outside of the UK, most people don't know who Shirley Bassey is, except maybe the James Bond songs, but I think she had some better performance. Maybe sometime in the future you can do one of her songs. So thank you for that. And there's a video of Shirley Bassey on the channel somewhere, and we are comparing her original performance of, what was it? It might have been Diamonds Are Forever. I think it might have been, but yeah. So anyway, I was comparing the original release with then her performance, I think 50 years later. Something crazy like that. So yeah, you can check that out on the channel if you want to, because you run her voice through the pitch monitoring software and we take a look at it in detail. But she's one of those vocalists that has always had just a great voice. And even, I mean, when she was younger, she's always had this distinct vibrato where it is wide, and she's just maintained that sound. And that's something that, as singers age, sometimes they'll have a vibrato that's, you know, a little bit more understated, and it might be and you kind of hear the wave. But then as they age, because it's a natural vibrato and they don't really control it, or they've never had control of it, it's just something that's happened naturally. And as they age, that na might turn into and then you know, starting to get like the lion in the analysis video. But yeah, having that control of it. Shirley's voice is one of those that was always like, diamonds are forever. Yeah, she'd kind of, you know, do that, be quite wide. Younger, you know, in her career. So then it didn't really change. It might have got a little bit wider as she's got older, but it's still the same kind of vibe. It's still dramatic, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and don't worry, I'm not going to be doing a cover of Diamonds Are Forever. So anyway, just to explain that technique. But thank you for that donation. So we are going to be, well, jumping into Troll Corner, because we have a few of those to get through, and it is almost 20 to midnight here. So what we'll do is we'll jump into it, and then I can see that Iris has 53% of the vote for that cover video that we'll look at a little bit later on. But we've still got time on our side, I think, depending on how long Troll Corner takes, because there are a few in there. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds.
Oh, hello.
So, right, first off, I know that at the end of the last Troll Corner, we were talking about the Kelly Clarkson video that I did, and that was Judy Garland as well. So, somebody said before about, yeah, me, and it's a really long comment about, me being, I can't remember what they said exactly. You can watch the old live stream, but the fact that I was being really negative about her voice and all that kind of stuff, and I wasn't at all. I was just pointing out pitch correction, and I said that she had a great voice. But this other person said, how dare you talk badly about Kelly's singing? So again, falls under that same heading that I'm not talking badly about somebody singing. That's the person watching it. That's their subjective opinion of pitch correction. They think that it's a bad thing. So by me pointing it out, therefore they think that I'm having a go at the singer, where it's the producers that are applying it. And look out for that video tomorrow night, because that will give you an appreciation of exactly what was being used on Kelly Clarkson's voice, but also just pitch correction in general. So another one said so this falls under the heading of another one that's telling me how to run my channel, or how to do my videos, or how I should do my videos, and what I need to do is this, this, and this. So this person said that what I should be doing in my videos is taking one person's voice, putting it next to another person's voice, and having them next to each other at the same time as listening to them. And I don't know exactly what they were on about, but I just say to that person, whenever I get a comment like this, I say to them that if they want to do a video like that, then they can do. They can do it on their channel. But I do the videos the way that I do them. And that's the point of my channel, is that if you think that I should display it in a different way, I just keep doing it the way that I do with the software. I use the software as it is designed, and it, can split things in two, so that I have half of the video, or the screen is me, and then you can see what I'm looking at as well, because I'm looking at the screen. And that's always been the way that it does it, the software. Since the first analysis video I ever made, it cuts it down the middle of the screen. So actually I've made the other side of the screen as big as possible, like dragging it, and then it kind of stops. So yeah, I've tried to make it as clear as possible, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think at the moment 369,000 subscribers can't be wrong. So I'm just going to keep it as it is. So yeah, right, this other one actually came through today, and I wrote this down because somebody said about one of my videos, and it would have been on pitch correction. They said, stop being afraid of change. Music benefits from renewal driven by technological change. So yeah, this is obviously somebody thinking that I'm afraid of things changing in the music industry. But I think, well, I did answer this person, and I said that, yeah, it's art at the end of the day. So it doesn't really matter what people use. It's whether people like it or they don't like it. But I think ultimately, if you say, right, don't worry about technology taking over, then eventually, why don't we just have computers that are doing the music? Because that's the ultimate way of music being driven by technology, is get rid of the human element, so that the computer always sings perfectly to A440, so that we don't need that human element anymore. And that's kind of the ultimate point of it. That, yeah, if you start applying technology to the levels that it is now, and check out the video that I'm going to release tomorrow night, because you will see this, if you start taking a human voice and now just taking all the human element out of it, because it is a computer now that's giving us the notes, where does it end? And I think that in order for people to make that choice of what they like and what they don't like, at the moment, using this technology is an industry standard. So it means that everyone doesn't get the choice anymore. If you're listening to music now in 2024, you're not given the choice of whether you want to listen to an authentic voice that is actually the person's voice, or a pitch corrected voice, which is their voice that's now been corrected and replaced by the computer voice, effectively, because now it's perfectly tuned. So this is it, that, saying don't be afraid of it, I think anybody will be afraid of their choice being taken away. They want to choose. They want to say, right, no, I want to listen to a natural voice, please. And then saying, oh, well, no, because we've decided technology is now not giving you that anymore. So don't be afraid of it. So yeah, when you're talking about art, I think everyone is entitled to know what they're listening to, but also decide what they want to listen to, rather than everything now having to be pitch corrected. And any music you listen to has got to be that, and you've just got to accept it and, get on with it. What's your problem? I think also, as an artist myself, I see that as a really important thing of, people knowing what they're listening to, and also just being transparent as an artist and saying to people that, oh, by the way, I am using this or I am using that on my voice. So if you think that I'm hitting these notes, if you do watch me live, I might not hit them because it's the pitch correction that's made that possible. So yeah, anyway, here's another one. This person said, you talk too much. No one will be interested. You're never going to have much of an audience with your videos. So there you go. And that was made today. So with 369,000 subscribers, that this person thinks that my videos aren't going to get an audience. But I did say to him that, well, thanks for the input. I'm just going to keep doing the videos as I do them because I'm happy with the audience at the moment. I'm quite happy with the subscriber count that I've got. So there you go. And last but not least, for Troll Corner, we have somebody saying that my titles are clickbait. So, I mean, I do find this quite entertaining because my titles always correspond to what the video is about. And sometimes it might be something like, this 1966 hit has the most accurate vocals you'll ever hear. Something like that. And guess what? It's an analysis video of a song in 1966 that have got really accurate vocals that might be the best vocals and the most accurate vocals you've ever heard. It is directly related. And I know what clickbait titles and thumbnails are. And this is the other thing, that sometimes there's a thumbnail on a video where it's showing something like a picture of, like a plane crash, or like it's CCTV footage or something that says, unbelievable footage of this event now comes to light. And then you watch the video and it's somebody talking about the event, and you don't watch anything at any point that is the actual footage because it's clickbait. The video isn't what they're saying it is going to be. So another example of that is that, especially now, I say nowadays, in the last few months, there have been a lot of videos, and probably I'm suggested these because I watch boxing videos now and again, and highlights of all the great boxers like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, all that kind of stuff. So Mike Tyson has recently agreed to fight somebody, an influencer. Oh, Jake Paul, is that his name? But anyway, he's agreed to do that, and it's going to be on Netflix. So there've been lots of videos that have been released about that because Mike Tyson is so much older now, but he's going to get back in the ring, and there've been training videos, all that kind of stuff. So for those kinds of videos, you'll have a video with Mike Tyson as if he's talking, and it'll be a title underneath saying Mike Tyson opens up about his fight and how he feels about this particular fight. And anyway, you click on the video and it's not an interview with Mike Tyson. It's somebody talking over a picture of Mike Tyson saying, well, Mike Tyson has recently come out saying that he's been talking about his training and how he's feeling about, taking on Jake Paul. So nothing is what it looks like. So yeah, that is clickbait, saying that you're about to watch an interview with Mike Tyson, but it's not. It's somebody talking about an interview that they've watched, and you never actually get to see the interview. But there are loads of videos like that on YouTube. So yeah, I don't think that my videos are clickbait, because they are videos of what I'm talking about. And what I mean, it seems even more ridiculous. In my thumbnails, I actually have the name of the artist that we're analysing. So it will have Judy Garland at the top. Or it will have, for example, recently, the Eagles video that we had, it would have, the Eagles, or any song title as well. Desperado, it will have that on there. So yeah, I don't know. So, or Over the Rainbow, it will have that. So people, I think, know what they're about to see because there's me on there. Maybe if they haven't seen my channel before, and they can see that there's a guy on one side and the other artist on the other side, and there's an arrow which looks like a pitch graph. So I think you might be able to get especially I introduce it saying, on the agenda tonight, we're going to be taking a look at... I instantly tell you what the video is going to be about. So yeah, I don't really get the clickbait thing, but maybe everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I think they don't understand what clickbait is. So anyway, that is Troll Corner for tonight. So let's get Mr. Troll off the screen, and I'll see you guys in a second.
Bye-bye.
So, right. Quick check-in for the likeometer. We are at 407 likes so far, which means we're looking for another 63, 61 people to hit that thumbs up before the end of the live stream to have Phil Jam number 134. So, yeah, and 60 now. So, if you guys could hit that thumbs up, it'd be massively appreciated. So yeah, we'll have that Phil Jam, and that's where Joe just sends me a random track, and we see what happens. We bust the guitar out, and yeah, that is what a Phil Jam is all about. Just effectively busking out to... well, anything, busking out to something you haven't heard before. And yeah, it's always a bit of a challenge. Sometimes Joe throws in a bit of a curveball, and we had Honky Tonk a few weeks ago, and that definitely was a curveball. But yeah, we will see with that. If you can hit that thumbs up, that'd be great. It means we can bust the guitar out at the end of the live stream. Saying the end of the live stream, it's now 10 to midnight here. So what we will do is, first of all, check how long the track is. It's 4 minutes and 5 seconds, so it's a short one tonight, which means it frees up a little bit more time, which is good. So how about, I mean, we might be able to even do the cover video, maybe a riff of the week, maybe a Phil tune, maybe a Phil Jam if we actually hit that target. And that will be a new record, by the way. 470 would be the highest likes target we've ever hit on a Tuesday night, and we have been hitting those goals and those records over the last few weeks and probably few months because things have been so crazy on the channel. So yeah, we'll see if we can keep that going. It's always a bit more of a challenge on a Tuesday night, but yeah, if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. Let's jump into, I think, the cover video for tonight, because I can see that at the moment Iris, and this is an oldie but a goodie, in terms of the cover video, Iris has and wins it with 54% of the vote. So thank you guys for voting for Iris. Like I said, an oldie but a goodie. I'm not sure how many years ago this was, but we will jump into it, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. Sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. The tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your eyes, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. Ooh,
And there we have it. Thank you guys for voting for Iris as tonight's cover video by Goo Goo Dolls, of course. So, yeah, that was one that was a very long time ago. Right, let's keep everything organised because we are a little bit ahead of schedule, I think. I always lose track of the time and then it's suddenly the end of the live stream. So, yeah, we will maybe get into... I'm going to throw it out to you guys. Oh, by the way, if you can hit that thumbs up, we are now 30 away, is it? My maths are just, eluded me, but I think it was 30, and now it's probably like 26, so 444 likes so far. It's always like the smaller the number gets, the more my brain struggles with it. So anyway, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. Then we'll be having that fill jam at the end of the live stream, which is closing in. So if you guys want to have a riff of the week, I think we'll jump in. Not that I've set it up, but I think we'll jump into a riff of the week. And just as I say this and as I am talking, I'm now going over to YouTube and I'm going to actually try and get to the appropriate page of my channel so I can type in the number. What I need from you guys is a number for tonight's riff of the week. And I'm just going to pop over here because Laura has sent me the up-to-date riff of the week list, because we have still a few available, but you're going to have to be lucky to pick one that we haven't had yet. So give me some numbers between 1 and 100 if you haven't played this particular game before. That's what I need from you guys in the live chat room. So any number between 1 and 100. Elaine says 37. And we've had number 37. So next one. Deborah says 92. Oh, we've had 92. Let's have a look through. Kathy says number 3. We've had number 3. Linda says number 12. We haven't had number 12. So, who did I just say? It's moving too quickly. Was it Linda? I'm going to take a gamble that it was Linda from memory that said number 12. Right, so let's type in riff of the week. Number 12. Short-term memory there. Right, click on that. And click on that. And it's started, which is good. I've got to do the screen capture so we can see it on screen. Let me get that. Right. Okay, now as to where this is going to be on screen, I don't know because it's the random screen capture. Right, so yeah, when we get into it, it's going to be there. So let me move that down. I'll get the background up on screen to make it look a little bit more official. And I'll get this here. And I'll try and find it so that I can drag it over so you can actually see the video. That would be nice. Right, here we go. Right, put that there. Okay, so I'm looking for the name of the song that this riff is from. And yeah, just type it into the live chat room. And you don't win anything other than being the first to get it. And it's the first on my screen as I see it. Because we know that the live chat room isn't the same for everybody as you look at it. So let's have a listen to this and see if we know what it is. And there we have it. Oh, this has gotta be the easiest riff of the week ever in the world. So I'm looking into the live chat room, and I'm going to stop the comments from going through to see who's the first one to get it, because everyone's going to get it. Bella said Rainbow, of course. Scrolling down. And it might have been Barbara who got it first, saying Whole Lot of Love. And as we scroll down, then Cindy, Whole Lot of Love. Led Zepp, of course. Carl, Whole Lot of Love. Elaine, Whole Lot of Love. Laura, Whole Lot of Love. Charles, Whole Lot of Love. So yes, there we go. Oh, Laura says Barbara was first and I was second. So, but the thing is that everybody's live. Oh, let me get rid of this on the screen so that you can see me again. Everybody's live chat room, your comments appear unique to you depending on where you are in the world. So I can type a comment, somebody else on your screen could be underneath my comment, but they might have actually commented before me. So on somebody else's screen, it'll be above. So this is why I always say that according to the live chat room, as I'm looking at it, whoever does it first on my one is the one that wins. But anyway, yeah, Barbara did win on my screen as well. So this is why sometimes people say, oh no, I got it first, but it just displayed on my screen differently. And it might, let me think, I don't know whether if you think that you've got it right, there might have been someone who actually got it before, but they've been posted after. Anyway, yeah, it's the one that I look at. So yes, congratulations. I'm sure everybody got that. Very easy one for tonight. Sometimes they're a little bit more elusive than that one, but that is the riff of the week for tonight, and it's just gone midnight here. We're looking for 5 more people to hit that thumbs up. If you can do that, that would be massively appreciated. And then we'll have a fill jam. And, I mean, we might be able to do it. We've got maybe 13 minutes left. So, if we organise this time-wise, have we got through everything? There's no picture corner tonight. We've done Troll Corner. We've done the cover video. So, do we have time? We probably have time for Fill 2 as well that we could jump into. So, I'm going to jump over to Patreon and see if anyone particularly has requested a fill tune, and if they have requested one specifically. So let me scroll down here. Oh, and Barbara has asked for Guff Fest. Let's move down, see if there's anybody else. If I don't see any other one, I'm just going to choose that. So we will jump into Guff Fest as the fill tune, the real life story, as I labelled them when I made them. This is a cartoon about a situation that has happened in my past, in my music career. Believe it or not, but believe it, because it actually happened, even though it's unbelievable. So we're going to be jumping into Guff Fest, and then we have hit the goal for tonight. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. We will be having a fill jam at the end of the live stream. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second for that. Rock!
Holy gosh, guys, you will not believe what I have just managed to secure.
What are you talking about? Can't you see we're right in the middle of watching Jeremy Kyle?
Well, I have just managed to secure us as the headline act in this year's biggest and only festival in Maidenhead. On Monday evening.
Monday evening? Sounds like a very queer time to have the final big act of the festival. Well, I guess it must be a bank holiday for the crowds to be there.
I think we should not check and just assume that is the case. It would be great to play to a festival crowd. I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Well, I can't believe we are going to be on the main stage. This is so awesome.
Well, it can't hurt to get our music out to a larger audience and to play on a large stage. It will be a great experience for us. Hello there, I wonder if you can help me. My band are due to headline the Guff Fest and we can't find the venue. Do you know where it is? We stupidly thought we would be able to follow the crowds, but we must be in the totally wrong vicinity. Any ideas?
Oh yes, this is Guff Fest. Are you Phil Henley?
Heck. Sorry. Yes, I am Phil. I do apologize, but I seem to have missed where it is being held. Where is the crowd and where is the main stage?
The main stage, or stage 1, is located over in that direction. Stages 2 and 3 are in the opposite direction, with the acoustic stage just in front of the toilets.
Okay, great, thanks. So where do we unload to get to the main stage? Is the space on stage to have our equipment ready while the previous band are playing? And also, how far away is the field and stage, as I can't hear the crowds and I assume it must be a long walk from here?
Note, the main stage is behind you. If you look on the floor, there is some gaffer tape on the floor running diagonally across the corner of the room with main stage written on it.
Ha! For a second there I thought you said there wasn't actually a stage and that it was just a floor divided into 2 sections depicted by gaffer tape.
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, I seem to have been misled by the use of the term festival. This is in fact just a room with gaffer tape on the floor in 3 corners of the room depicting stages 1, 2 and 3. It also seems to get to the toilets you have to walk directly through the acoustic stage while the person is performing, not to mention of course the unique aroma that is being generated from behind the stage.
This is the way we set it up every year and it's always worked very well.
How many people do you get on average a year coming to this pub? Sorry, festival.
We tend not to count in numbers as I find them misleading. I hate figures.
Great. Well, I shall take that answer as attendance is minimal. Well, we have 10 friends and family coming down at least, thank ruddy heck.
Do they realize it is £6 to get in on the door?
Holy guff. Are you yanking my crank? How can you justify that entry fee? That means you will be making at least £60 from us alone. And that is before any beverage purchase being taken into account. How much are we getting paid for this gig? Sorry. Festival.
We don't pay the bands, not even petrol money, because we are totally out of order.
Well, to be fair, that seems to be common practice these days.
Yes, and also the bands that we book to play are not checked beforehand, so they could be the worst band we've ever heard.
Well, again, at least you are following the common guidelines. So shall we set up now while there is nobody around? Haha. That was a joke.
Okay. Also, we might ask you to turn yourselves down somehow, as some people prefer to watch the television, which we leave on during performances.
Fantastic. Well, do we at least get any free drinks or food? We will be here for 6 hours in total after all.
We will allow you free tap water all evening.
That's absolutely fantastic. For some reason water is something I feel like I need to stay alive. So having it from a tap for free seems like a great offer. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I will. Right, I had better get back to the van and tell the guys the good news about the extortionate ticket price, not getting paid, no stage, and no crowd. Thank you for this opportunity and this great festival. Before I leave, I must inform you this has now become the worst day of my life. Bye.
One last thing, while we were talking I could see your car was getting a parking ticket.
That's brilliant. Bye.
And there we have it. So, yeah. With that particular video, it hasn't aged well, because I say in that, how can you justify charging £6 for a ticket? And I thought back in the day that that was quite a lot to ask people to pay for £6 just to go and watch a few bands, or at least, you know, for our band to suddenly charge the people that are coming down. But obviously I didn't know the way that the music industry would go, that is ridiculously cheap for a ticket. So, but anyway, that's how it was and how I saw things when I was a lot younger. Obviously these real life stories, Phil tunes, go back quite a way. So yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing any band for £6 nowadays. It's probably all like £10 and £15, even for unsigned bands. So anyway, we're going to be jumping into the Phil Jam. So right, what do I need to do? Over here, that's ready. Joe's message there. I'm going to turn on the mic while I remember, and then I have to do a zoom out thing while I remember as well. Right, and oh, I'm just looking at the message from Joe. Oh, it says if you can try the Mugabe on this one. We've got the Strat plugged in, so yeah. If I try to set up the Mugabe, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So we'll just see what we can do with this one. Oh, then at the end, Joe says, if not, Strat, clean, neck, reverb. Don't forget amp mic. So thank you for that. Joe, for the... Oh, we need a pick. It's all right. I have one. So let me click on the link here. And there'll probably be an advert.
If Galaxy
so
Chocolate...
I have to mute that, let it play through. Oh, and by the way, if you're a Facebook user, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook and get involved over there. I haven't mentioned that in tonight's live stream, but yeah, you can do that. Join in there. But anyway, this is Andalusian folk rock backing track, A minor, 130 beats per minute. Play along, improvise, have fun. That's the name of the video, and it's coming from Reinhold Tracks, and that's REINHOLD Tracks, as you would expect it to be spelled, and that's all in lowercase. So that's the channel that it is on. And have I done everything? Did I zoom out? I can't remember if I zoomed out or not. Let me... Oh, well, it zooms in, so I must have zoomed out. Right, let's wait for the red dude to get off the screen. So as for the levels, I don't know what this is going to sound like, and it's always a bit of a nightmare with my guitar level and hearing the track, but as long as it sounds all right to you guys, let me know what it sounds like where you are, and we can maybe adjust it as we go. But let's have a listen to this and see what it's all about. Got sounds good. Yes, you can hear it. Can hear it. Sounds good. So I'll just keep on going with this. Try a little bit of wah. I was trying to read, Trudy says bit louder, Phil. I don't know, some people are saying it's alright. I think we're getting an ad here as well, which is annoying. this is going to be the end. Oh, I'm going to quickly stop it before the advert starts. There we have it. So that was tonight's Phil Jam. A bit of a short one, only 4 minutes. But we got there. I don't know whether it sounded all right in terms of the levels. I don't know, because some people were saying it was okay and other people said that it wasn't as loud. But this is the point. The Peacemaker said cool sound. So yeah, it's very difficult. I just gotta, if some people say it sounds all right, I just play on, and then yeah, if it turns out that it wasn't very good, then I apologize, but there's not a lot I can do, because yeah, this isn't something that I'm doing a sound check and all that beforehand. We just load up the track and see what it is. So anyway, that is it. Andalusian folk rock backing track, A minor, 130 BPM. Play along, improvise, have fun. And that's from Reinhold Tracks on YouTube, Reinhold. So thank you, Joe, for linking me to that one. And yeah, it might have worked with an acoustic guitar, but just to clean on the Strat was all right. I think kind of got away with it. So, David now says turn up the guitar just a little more. So yeah, it's a little bit late for that. Maybe David could be watching a little bit in the past. Who knows? Or it just takes a long time to get to some people. But Karen says sounded great, Phil. So there you go. But anyway, we have run over time for tonight's live stream. By the way, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and getting us to that new record tonight of 470 for a Tuesday night live stream. That's a record amount of likes. So thank you for doing that. We're going to be going for a new record on Saturday, and therefore, because of tonight, we're going to be going for a new record next week as well. So if you can turn up next week as well, that'd be great, because we need every single thumbs up we can get. And we have this video tomorrow night, so look out for that. I'm going to be releasing that at 8 PM. That's going to be the Judy Garland video that's been requested lots and lots of times of me pitch correcting Judy's voice, which is sacrilege, I know, but also I'm showing how the pitch correction software, probably the most popular one in the modern day industry, how it's being used and what you can do with it. So it's going to be good from that perspective as well, because it's kind of taking you inside the studios and showing you how pitch correction can manipulate somebody's voice and do lots of different things to it. So look out for that. And in this case, it's going to be Judy's voice that we are going to be moving around and seeing what we can do with it. So anyway, yes, tune in for that video tomorrow night. But all that's left for me to say is, first of all, I want to make sure that I haven't missed anything over on this screen, because I don't like to miss any donations, but we are fine. We're up to date with anything. So it is the case that all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And I will catch you guys at the video tomorrow night. There's another one on Friday night. We've got the live stream on Saturday night, of course, 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. That's where I will be. If you can make it as well, that'd be great, because we will be going for another likes record then. So yes, have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is where you are, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!